Hey, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I got my Yohama Bay Stars hat on. My son lives in Tokyo, and he sent me this hat from Tokyo, one of the baseball teams over there in the Japanese league. So if you see that, that's what that's for. In November 21st, I published a video called, let me see here, Do Not Retire Until You Are Familiar with These Topics. I have since edited that and called that Part 1 because this here will be Part 2 of that. There are a few topics that I probably should have included on that video that I'm going to do this follow-up. A few other things that I've come up with, and then who's to say that there won't be one following this one, or some other topics that I forgot. But anyway, these are just things, topics from the first video and this video that I really think need to be on your radar and need to be something at least in the back of your mind to learn more about, or to ask your advisor about, or just kind of Google and YouTube these topics. But this is part 2 of that video. So the first thing, you need to understand the difference between your employer sponsored retirement accounts, like a 401k or a 403b, or there's others for government work and that type of stuff. I'm not for sure of all the acronyms. You need to know the difference between those and an IRA and a brokerage. Just the different aspects of those. Not saying that you don't know that, but it's just something in the back of your mind. If you don't know, these are some things that you need to learn about. You need to learn about your risk tolerance. In retirement, you're not accumulating wealth like you were in while you were working, and so you need to understand your risk tolerance and how much risk can you take, and how much is your risk tolerance going to allow you to earn in the market. And so you really need to maybe get with an advisor and go through that scenario, a risk tolerance. You need to understand taxes and how taxes are handled. In most of the time in your 401ks and that type of thing, your money could be pre-tax. So all that money that you put in, your company match and all that, may not have had any taxes paid on it. And so as you withdraw that, you're going to have to pay taxes on it. Now, I do know that there's Roth money and stuff that I'll get into in a minute, but if you've got all of your money in pre-tax accounts, you're going to need to learn about how to handle the taxes for that, which leads me to required minimum distribution. So when you get a certain age, and you're going to have to look these up because there's different ages and the different parameters for. But if you've got money sitting in a taxable account that you've not yet paid taxes on, like a 401k, and you've not touched that money, and it's just sat there, if you get to be in your 70s, and again, the ages are different depending on when you were born, but you are going to be required to pull out a certain percentage of the money that you have not yet paid taxes on. And if you're not careful, you could end up paying, that could bump you up into the 30% tax brackets, much higher than what you were probably planning. So you need to be at least familiar with the term required minimum distribution, or RMD, and start making a plan, or thinking about making a plan to deal with RMDs. And that leads me into Roth conversions, so you can, you got to do this strategically, but you can pull money out of those accounts that you need to pay taxes on, pull them out, pay the taxes, and then roll them into a Roth account so that the growth on that money is not taxable. And so essentially by doing an RMD, from what I understand, then you don't have the required minimum distribution penalty that you would if you didn't do that. And so you need to be aware of these acronyms and the processes behind them and how to deal with these. Again, I don't think that you need to be an expert on these things before you retire. But before you retire, you really need to at least get a basic understanding that these are important topics in retirement, and you're going to need to know how to handle these different things when they come up, because you certainly don't want to be surprised. You don't want to be 70 years old and then find out in 3 years you're going to have to start pulling money out and paying exorbitant taxes on that money because you didn't know about it when you were 60, and you could have maybe dealt with it then. So again, these are some things, and I'm not saying this is a comprehensive list like I did in my first video. These are no particular order, but these are things that need to be on your radar and in the back of your mind to start learning about before you retire, so that they're not a surprise afterwards. So if I do come up with more, then obviously I'll make another video, another follow-up, be part 3. But anyway, with that, I'll close. I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. God bless.